Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to the Sweetwater Minute. Today we've got a very interesting story for you. I'm here with Christian Taylor from the band Kurth and Taylor, and you guys have created an album, released an album, and you've also done some videos which features some aspects of Sweetwater in there, and I want to talk to you about that. But let's talk a little bit about it, your background, and how we got here. In 1991, you started a duo with Wally Kurth, is that correct?
Yeah, Wally was a star on Days of Our Lives and General Hospital. He was a soap opera star. And we started playing coffee houses around Hollywood. The coffee house scene was very big at that time, and so we started out as an acoustic duo.
Right.
And as bands do, we started to grow. We added a bass player, Lee Beverly. We added a drummer, Jim Bloodgood. We added a lead guitar player, Pat McCormick, and pretty soon we were a five-piece band. We started playing around town, Largo and whiskey and all that stuff, and ultimately we ended up getting on the show General Hospital. They ended up writing a story about this fictitious band called Eddie Main and the Idle Rich. So Kurth and Taylor was Eddie Main and the Idle Rich.
Right. And you guys did that for like 10 years or more, right?
We were on from 93 to our last shows were in 2000. So in that stretch, we had a hot few years. Soap operas run on storylines. So if you have a hot storyline, you're going to be on a lot. And if you don't have a hot storyline, you're not on much.
Right.
So the last shows were in 2000.
Okay. But you won an Emmy in 2002.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. That was kind of unexpected. The band was not on the show at that time, but we were still writing music for the show, and Wally was singing on there. And I just happened to be, it's kind of a funny story, I just happened to be at the Nashville airport flying to LA, and if you want to meet stars, that's where you meet them.
That's the place to be.
Go to the airport.
Right.
I was sitting waiting for my flight to LA. I ran into a songwriter friend, Steve Diamond. He says, "Hey, thanks Wally for the Emmy he won me." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Wally just won me an Emmy for best song."
Yeah.
I go, "I didn't know that." So I flew to LA. I said, "Wally, did you know you won Steve an Emmy?" He's like, "No." I go, "How come we don't have an Emmy?" He goes, "Let me find out." So he goes to the show and he goes, "Hey, how do we get an Emmy?" And they said, "Well, the deadline's next week. We'll submit your song." Next thing we know, we were nominated.
Wow. That's great.
And we got lucky and we won.
What a great story. So since then, you're actually located in Nashville.
Yes.
Wally's in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And the other members of the band have been touring with other artists from Nashville.
Yeah.
But you've recently got the band back together.
Yeah, we took some time off. We took about 5 years off. We were having kids and sort of just, engaging in our midlife crisis. And, just one day I go, I miss my band. We've been friends for, I've known Wally 23 years, and he's my newest friend in the band. The rest of the guys, it's over 30 years,
Wow.
So I miss the guys, because if you don't have a reason to get together, you just don't do it.
Right.
When you got little kids, you need that reason. So I thought, you know what, I got to bust out the guitar and write some songs. My guitars had been in storage for 5 years. I busted out, and as a songwriter, for a while I was a writer on Music Row. And the number one question you ask yourself is, what's your truth? What's the truth of what you're trying to communicate? And, I thought about that, and my truth was, I'm a middle-aged dad, right? I'm a middle-aged dad, and I miss my band. I miss the camaraderie. I miss the fellowship. So I thought, you know what? With the technology of today, let's just do it. Let's just write some songs and see what happens.
Right.
It was a logistical challenge to put it together, based on geography. But there's ways to overcome that.
Now, you guys didn't go into pro studios or commercial studios. You actually did the recordings at home using gear you bought from Sweetwater.
Yeah, we've been. In fact, I was just talking to Jason, my guy. I've been a customer for 10 years now, and the rest of the guys in the band are customers.
That's great.
So we have our own little home setups, and they're not elaborate. They're like just enough, but we were able to record our own tracks. Jim, our drummer, he's got his drums mic'd at his house, and so he would lay down. I'd send him a click track and the tracks he would play. He'd send it back to me. I'd put it in Cubase. I'd add mic tracks. I flew out to LA to record Wally's vocals. Flew him back, put them in Cubase, just mixed the whole thing up. So it was really an exercise in do-it-yourself ingenuity, if you know what I'm saying.
Now, you went from there, once you completed the songs, you also did some videos.
Yeah.
And how did you go about doing those?
Well, cheaply.
Yeah.
We had no budget for this, right? We're middle-aged guys. We had a history in the business, but we no longer have deals. We're just like everybody else. We're middle-aged dads, and we thought the songs we're doing they're comedy, they're visual, so we need to have a video. And what was really ironic is that we were on a TV show for all those years, right? We've never had a music video. For some sort of paradox there. We never had a video. So I taught myself Sony Vegas over the years, and so I kind of knew, like, if we could just get something on tape, I can make something out of this. So we just talked to the guys. We pulled together a couple of bucks just together, and we shot at the studio, just a one-camera shoot. And I ended up making 2 videos out of it.
Right, so you edited the videos yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can actually check these videos out on YouTube. They're incredible. When you get a chance to look at these, I think you're going to be blown away by the quality of these videos. You guys did great work on them. So one of the really fun things about the videos you guys did is that there's actually some references to Sweetwater in there. And in fact, part of the April giveaway here at Sweetwater is going to use those references, and part of the contest will be finding the references and mentioning those when you enter the contest. But can you tell us a little bit about how Sweetwater actually ended up in the videos?
Well, one of the lines of the song is reliving our youth with brand new toys. And to me, that suggested kind of how we feel about, for instance, the Pro Gear catalog. We've been longtime customers, 10 years we've been buying stuff from Sweetwater. And to me, the Pro Gear catalog kind of represents what the Sears toy catalog represented when I was a kid. You know what I mean? You look forward to that catalog. It was like Christmas time. So I thought, what a perfect thing to put in the video, reflecting reliving our youth with brand new toys. You know, we're middle-aged guys. We're buying new stuff. We got a couple extra bucks. We want to buy all this new stuff that wasn't available when we did this the first time around when we were 16.
Right. It really came out great.
Thank you.
Now, you guys are also going to be at Gear Fest here coming up, which is at the end of June. Can you tell us what you'll be doing there?
We're going to get the band back together.
Yeah.
And rock Gear Fest, and hopefully be meeting some people, meeting some of the other Sweetwater customers.
Right, and checking out the toys.
And yeah, I'll just be shadowing you the whole time.
Okay. Christian, thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mitch. It was a
Appreciate
pleasure.
your time. I'm Mitch Gallagher. Thanks for joining me for the Sweetwater Minute.